breaking news, Jordan Henderson wants to move away from Liverpool Football Club to Saudi Arabia. He wants to go play with Steven Gerrard at Al-Ettifaq, and I'm honestly just confused. I've been sat here for half an hour, maybe more, trying to rack my thoughts on this. The estimated salary for Henderson, take a seat if you aren't sitting, because this is astonishing. Even as someone who likes Henderson, this is shocking. £700,000 per week. What on earth are they cooking over there in Saudi Arabia? Because I don't know why you would pay a player like that so much money. He's not particularly the most flashy player. You know, he doesn't score the most goals or have the most outrageous assists, and he's not necessarily the most proficient in assisting. And in recent years, the biggest issue with many fans of Liverpool Football Club have been Henderson's ability to stay fit, his stamina, and his sideways/wayward passing at times. So for me, this is just kind of a bombshell. Ornstein's reporting it. Dave Ockop is reporting it. I've seen reports from David Lynch as well. Wild. Just absolutely insane to see a player like Jordan Henderson get those kind of wages. I'm not even I haven't talked about necessarily how this affects Liverpool. So let me get into that. And if you're enjoying the content on the channel, please consider giving a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and comment down below. What do you think about this? Because my head almost hurts from this. I nearly have a migraine, just so confused as to how this move has materialized and why they're pushing so hard to do it. But it's looking like a reality, unfortunately. So if you want more content, more Liverpool content, more transfer content, more football news in general, subscribe and stay tuned. But Liverpool, losing James Milner is one thing. 37. Milner could have very easily have gone for a couple seasons, and he's stayed, I think, a lot longer than most people expected. Klopp himself, apparently, according to Milner, wanted Milner to extend. He wanted him to stay at the club. And Henderson leaving on top of that, there's been this sort of discussion about leadership at Liverpool. Is there a lack of it? And I'd say no. I'd say that Virgil van Dijk is a leader. Mo Salah is a leader. Andrew Robertson is a leader. I'd say Trent has become more of a leader internally at Liverpool, and one day will be captain. Will that day be right after Henderson? I doubt it, but that remains to be seen. But also Dominic Szoboszlai, a leader. I mean, he's the captain of Hungary. And on top of that, Alexis McAllister, you win a World Cup. That's pretty high leadership material, I would say so myself. You have a certain kind of expectation and standard that you have set that you can kind of hold your teammates to, let's say. But Henderson and Milner, their bodies were so worn down, and Milner honestly had probably better performances within the last 6 to 8 months than Henderson. No offense to Henderson, but Henderson just has reoccurring injuries that mount up, and it sucks to see. But I just think that with this move, Liverpool is not going to get a huge transfer fee out of it. I've seen that reported as well. So there's a chance that it does go towards signing, say, Romeo Lavia or Levi Colwill. Do I think either of those go for the estimated projected transfer fees that they're kind of being estimated at right now, which is like Lavia at 50 and Colwill at say 60, 65, maybe 55, 70, 55 to 70 mil, let's say. No, I think if you get rid of Jordan Henderson, then you have Fabinho, Thiago, Curtis Jones, McAllister, Soboslai, Harvey Elliott at the club in midfield, and by Chedic. You have 7 midfielders. I honestly want 2 more, if I'm being entirely honest. Tyler Morton is at the club on preseason, I believe, and we'll see how he plays. He could potentially be that 8th, 9th additional midfielder, but if we were to get, say, Romeo Lavia, we would just need one more player, and I think Lavia is the perfect type of player, like a 6, a destroyer that Liverpool have been severely lacking. Henderson has played that position previously for Liverpool in the last couple of seasons, but I don't think it's necessarily come to the greatest of strengths for Liverpool. Henderson at his best was obviously always on the right hand side of midfield in the half space, swapping positions with Trent and allowing Trent to go forward, but in recent years, that's been harder and harder for him to be able to do as, he's been less and less fit. And you can't, I'm not blaming Henderson here. But in terms of fit for Liverpool, Lavia would be, I think, wonderful. If we could get him for, I'd say, under 40 mil or 40, I think that'd be great. Super young, I believe he's 18 or 19. So they get a guy like that who will be, he'll account towards your homegrown status. He's got a lot of clubs after him, and he just provides such a versatility to your midfield and allows a double pivot to be played with him. I would love that. But if I could choose between him and Levi Colwill, probably Levi Colwill, just because if you were to get rid of Henderson, I think that Levi Colwill provides you a lot higher of a ceiling than Lavia, and I think at the same time he provides added cover in a position of the park where Liverpool have for years needed to rotate. Not only has Henderson and Fabinho kind of been worn down by the lack of competition within the center of the park, but Virgil van Dijk as well. He hasn't had a guy that's been able to play left center back to nearly good enough degree to allow him to even rest, let alone compete with him. So I think that if we were to get, say, Levi Colwill, that could be a major, major signing for Liverpool. Do I think it happens? Chelsea really depends. They want to extend him. If he doesn't want to extend, maybe that causes some issues to flare up. But to my knowledge, Bowley, Pochettino, they both highly rate him, and Brighton is also after him. And, Brighton is looking to sell Moise Caicedo, so there's a good chance that Colwill could be kind of, a bargaining chip, let's say, to help Moise Caicedo go to Chelsea, and then in return, Colwill and some cash, would get the deal done. Then, there would still be, to my knowledge, if either one of or both of Lavia and Colwill are signed, we would still have an open foreign-born player slot at Liverpool. You could honestly use that anywhere, I'd say. It would. I don't know if getting Lavia and Colwill and selling Henderson, if those moves would necessarily allow Liverpool to have the minimum amount of players needed to start the season. If it were, though, if we had that space still, then maybe in January should a push be needed, or even late in the window should a domino effect occur, Liverpool can go and get a big star like a Chouameni or Fede Valverde, or somebody at that level who is a Champions League winner or a serial Champions League contender with their club at a big club. Regardless, this video is about Henderson, and I just want to end it by saying I am confused a little. I am a little hurt with the way that Henderson has kind of rolled this kind of news out in the media, the way that it's been handled in the press. It's just kind of been a little jarring to see, especially with all the, kind of like boxing pictures and him getting ready for preseason. Like, he was talking about success and glory, and if the reports are true that he wants to move away, then wow, I mean, more power to him, and I wish him well. But I will always have an immeasurable amount of respect and adoration and admiration for Jordan Henderson, because honestly, he really carried the mantle of Steven Gerrard seamlessly, I'd say. He was not nearly as technically gifted or talented of a player, but he was his own captain, and he was a hell of a captain during it. So if I have seen Jordan Henderson play his very last minutes for Liverpool, and that time has already came and went, then goodbye, Hendo. Good luck in Saudi Arabia. Good luck probably captaining Steven Gerrard's side. And I hope that you get sold for an exorbitant amount of money that can help the club, move forward, honestly. If this move were to go well and Liverpool can get more funds to sign players, and Henderson really just is effectively, quote, past it, and, he can't play at that level anymore, then I think it's for the best. So comment down below, what do you think of Jordan Henderson's seemingly inevitable move to Saudi Arabia and Al-Ettifaq to play under Steven Gerrard? What do you think of Liverpool's transfer window so far? Who do you want Liverpool to sign? Colwell, Lavia being talked about right now. A lot of rumors surrounding those two, but maybe there's somebody I forgot to mention. And let me know what kind of content you want to see, because if you haven't noticed by now, if you've been a regular viewer of the channel and such, it looks a little different here. And that's because I have a brand new PC that I've built to produce better content. I was making and editing videos on my laptop, and my laptop is just absolutely really old, and I just needed an upgrade to get better content out. So that's kind of the reason why there hasn't been so many videos as of late. But thank you so much for watching. If you like the content, give the video a like. I'm Sideline Sedo. Peace.